Hi, my name is Mark, and today I'd like to show you what's inside this box. This game is called Dragon Eclipse, and this is a game from Awaken Realms, and thanks Awaken Realms for sending this game for review. This is the GameFound edition of this game. It contains miniatures and contains stretch goals, and it contains like sun drop miniatures that look like this with this cool shadow effect. But Dragon Eclipse is a fantasy story-driven cooperative game for 1 to 2 players only, so you can play solo or with 2 players, not 3 or 4. Sorry, not this time. And this game is about a world full of magical creatures called Mystlings. They look like dragons, and you play as a tamer, someone who trains them, and you will embark on a dangerous quest full of combat, full of adventures, full of mysterious enemies and mysterious creatures. Of course, I will make another video in the future where I will tell you what I think about this game, but I have to play this game first. Today we will unbox this game and I will show you what's inside. So let's do the unboxing. Let's unbox this huge box. Believe me, this box is really huge because it has the shape of a cube. So it's really big. Nice cover. This is the, I think they call it special edition. It has got miniatures and stretch goals inside instead of standees. So this is the edition from GameFound. I remember that during the campaign there was also another edition with standees, but this is the, you could say, full edition with not all the boxes because the game had some additional expansions, but the core box, it's the special edition with standees and with sandrop, so the miniatures, they have this wash on them. You will see it in a second. This is Start Here booklet, and this is cool because it tells you how to unbox everything. 30 to 40 minutes, quite a lot, but this is a big game and most part of this start guide tells you how to sort all the cards that are inside this box because this game is card heavy, and I think the biggest amount of components inside are the cards here. So it tells you how to sort everything, and then you have the first journey, and this is kind of like a tutorial. I'm not sure, I have not played it yet, but it introduces the game to you and it teaches you how to play the game, and this is really cool. I love when campaign games have something like this, because usually big campaign games, they are very overwhelming, and when you open everything you are not sure where to start. And with a start guide like this, the experience of learning the game is much smoother and more fun. This is the rulebook, so here we have all the regular rules, 36 pages, so quite a lot. There are some advanced rules here and like additional game modes, like roguelite mode, and you have the PvP mode, but still quite a lot of rules. I have played this game a few years ago. It was a very early, you can say, prototype, because I live in the same city as Awaken Realms, and sometimes they are looking for people to try and test their games. So you can sign up and go to their office and play a game and then discuss your opinion on it. But what I played was a very early prototype, and what I remember was not that rules-heavy game. Looking at the rulebook, there are quite a lot of rules, but we will see. Perilous Seas, I think those are the stretch goals scenarios. This adds 2 scenarios meant to be played during the base game campaign. Some story elements here. So probably you should combine this with the base game from the very beginning to be able to start to play those scenarios, because they're not played like after the main campaign, but during. Status sheet, this reminds me of Tainted Grail, where you mark different statuses that you get during the game, and then in different moments the game asks you, for example, if you have the revelation status. If yes, then you will see a different text, different story. So this is like it tracks what you have learned and what you know during the game. And here is roguelite mode. I think this is like a mode where you can play just some arenas and fight with different enemies and not play the campaign. I think that probably those sheets are available on Awaken Realms website to download. This is my guess. Here we have some tokens, and to be honest, not too much. Not a lot of them. This is cool. I like when games don't overwhelm you with tokens. I have probably played too many games that have hundreds and hundreds of tokens, and it makes always the gameplay more complex, because at some point games tell you to find a specific token and you have like a bag or a box full of tokens, and here just a few of them, probably some damage tokens and not much more. So this is cool. This looks like something related to this Perilous, how was it called? Perilous Seas stretch goal scenarios. This is my guess, because we have only 2 sheets of this. I will not tell you more about it. This is like a binder page where you have space to insert different cards. You will probably use it to track your progress during the game. I'm saying a lot of probably because I have not played this game, the full game. The prototype I played was very early, and this is the first time I'm, to be honest, looking at this game, and I have not played it yet. So a lot of things that I see here are just my guesses when I tell you what are the things useful. But here we have the beautiful miniatures, and they have the sun drop effect. I mean, you have a wash, so they are covered like with paint, and in some parts that are deeper you have more paint, so you have this like shadow effect, and this looks really cool, especially for someone who doesn't paint miniatures like me. It looks much better than a plain gray miniature, and those monsters, they look just amazing. I would say that when I get a game from Awaken Realms, Sundrop is always my first choice, because I really like the effect and the look of those miniatures. Probably if you paint them, if you want to paint those miniatures, the better option will be to order plain gray miniatures, because I think it's easier to paint on gray than on the Sundrop layer, but it looks really, really awesome. The Sundrop technology got better during many years. I think that the first game from Awaken Realms with Sundrop miniatures was Nemesis, and they didn't look as good as this one here, but they like improved, so now all the Sundrop miniatures, they look great. Look at those monsters, they look really, really cool and amazing. Awaken Realms, they know how to make nice miniatures, even if they are as small as this one guy here, small dragon. Really cool. You have to be careful not to lose it. Okay, I will not show you all of them, but as you can see, they look really nice. So this is part 1 of miniatures, because below here we have even more miniatures. And I know that some people prefer to play with standees, and I understand. This is always a less expensive way, and I really like that Awaken Realms, they give people option to get the miniature version of the game and the standee version of the game, because if you don't care about miniatures and you just want to get your game at lower price, standees is really a good option. But you know, I like miniatures. So cute, especially as nice as those here. Okay, I can show you some of them. Probably when you look at this, you have Pokemon in your head, and this is probably understandable, because I think the idea of this game is to travel across the world, tame different monsters, and fight with other monsters. So a little of Pokemon vibe here. But I have to say that even though I played some Pokemon games in my life on different Nintendo consoles, I never got into this Pokemon world and hype. And here we have, fantasy world, fantasy game, and I always like fantasy games. So dragons, for me personally, are much more interesting than regular Pokemons. So cool, so freaking nice. Okay, so no more miniatures inside this huge box, but we had a lot of them, as you can see. Now we will have some books. This is like a book with different locations. I will just show you quickly without big spoilers. I think that showing you some of the pages is not a big spoiler. If you have not played this game, you'll probably not remember a lot from my unboxing in the future, but the art is really cool, like a fantasy game. It has got this fairy tale vibe all over it, but it looks really, really nice. Here we have the book with different arenas that you will fight on, and this is really cool because you have this metal rings here and this binder rings, and this is cool because they are only on top and on the bottom, not in the middle here, and it allows the arena to be flat in the middle part here, because some games have those binder rings all over the side, and when you open the book you have those rings in the middle, and sometimes it's hard to place a miniature on a space, and here, as you can see, it's completely like flat. So this is cool idea. So yeah, different miniatures, different arenas. I think they will also available during the campaign as playmats, but I'm not entirely sure. And this is the biggest surprise of this box for me. This is Adventure Journal, and this is a huge, huge, thick book, 263 pages. And this was a biggest surprise for me because I didn't know that this game is so story heavy. I knew that the game is about traveling the world, you know, finding different dragons and taming them and fighting. And I knew that there is a story in this game, but I didn't know that there is so much story. I think this book is thicker than the one in Tainted Grail. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, a lot of reading here. So this is really cool. So I love story-driven games, and this one is a story-driven game for sure. Here we have a binder to store different cards that you will acquire during the game. I think this binder is also a part of this special edition of this game. The retail edition or the regular edition doesn't have this binder, I think so. And here we have some more stuff inside. This is not a white box, just white box, but this is a box full of stuff. And we have really cool things inside, because we have 10 boosters with cards, and they are numbered like from 1 to 10, and you will open those boosters during the game when the game asks you to. But this is really cool because it feels like, you know, playing games like Magic the Gathering or Disney Lorcana, where you have boosters with additional cards that you will be able to open. And I think the regular edition doesn't have those pre-packed boosters. You will just create the boosters from cards and put them into envelopes. But here you have so freaking cool, so nice idea to pre-pack those cards, and during the game you will open it and discover some new cool cards. Really, really nice. And this looks like some kind of envelopes or maybe boxes, probably maybe to store the cards from the boosters here after you open them. And you have some pages to add to your binder to, you know, store the cards acquired during the game. Here we have a plastic box. It looks like a box where you will place add some deck of cards. The game is for, this is interesting, the game is for 1 to 2 player. You cannot play this game with 3 players or 4, just solo or with 2 players. So my guess is that this is like a box for deck of each player. Very, I would say, unique decision to make a 1 or 2 player game only. But for me, a solo player, this is really cool. And this is a box where the tray where you will store different tokens. There are not that many tokens. We have some orange like stones here, and we have quite a lot of acrylic plastic tokens for different elements, I think. And I think that in the they are in the special edition. In normal edition you have just cardboard ones, and you will probably place them in those here tray. Nice. It looks cool. And the last thing in this box, last but I think probably most important for the game, is this huge tray full of cards. I will not open the cards. I have one pack already opened. I will show you because, as you have seen, the how to start guide tells you exactly how to store everything, how to sort everything. It will take 30 to 40 minutes, and I don't want to open those cards and make a big mess in the box, because I will not be able to sort everything after opening all those cards. So I will just show you one pack. Here are some additional cards with this cool hollow foil effect, really nice. Some dividers, even more dividers here, unlocked cards, okay, and a lot of different cards. I will show you just one pack that is called all Mystling cards. Those are the dragons, the Mystling that you will meet in the game. I will show you some of those cards. If this is a spoiler for you, don't look, but I think that, you know, when you get this game, you will have to open those packs by yourself, and you will have to sort everything because the game tells you to do it, so it's not really a big spoiler. Really cool art in this game, really nice. Just look at those Mystlings, cool. So nice. I have to say that I cannot wait to play this game, because I think this game is not that complex, rules heavy and complex in terms of mechanics, but should be fun to play, and I like games where you can fight on arenas with other enemies. One of my favorite games is Too Many Bones, and Too Many Bones is a game about basically fighting on an arena. So I think that the Dragon Eclipse is a perfect game for me. So as you can see, some of the Mystlings here. Cool. But yeah, a lot of cards, you have to open everything and sort everything. So that's it. I will not show you anything more. I will make another video in the future about Dragon Eclipse, but first I have to sort everything, I have to play the game, and then I will be able to tell you what I think about it and how the game plays. Click the like button if you like the video. Please subscribe to my channel. Visit me on my social media. You will find all the links in the description of this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.